What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another video. So in today's video I'm going to be talking about Manchester United's last game that we went and played, Man City in the Carabao Cup second leg. So let's just get straight into today's video. So we made 4 changes from the last game against Man City at home in the first leg. So let's dive straight into the starting 11. So we started with De Gea, Wan-Bissaka, Lindelof, Maguire, Shaw, Williams, Fred, Matic, Lingard, Greenwood and Martial. Getting into the overall reaction now. United win but lose on aggregate. United have beaten Man City twice at the Etihad. United deserved to go through to the final, but just wasn't enough. Not the best, not the worst performance. Manchester is red. Just needed one more goal to force a penalty shootout. Was it harsh to send off Matic? Win done, clean sheet done. United unfortunately are not going through to the final. Let's just get straight into the questions, guys. What did I make of the performance? This was a game that I just sadly missed the game. You may have saw my Instagram that I put like a Man City versus Man United thing on my Instagram just to get the boys going. It's a Manchester derby, big occasion. You've got to turn up as well. So we knew it was going to be tough. We were 3-1 down on aggregate. I thought it was possible to pull off a 2-goal deficit. We've got 1 goal and then just not enough to get the second goal. Overall, I thought overall it was not the best, not the worst performance. I don't think it was like the performance that we played like from the Premier League, where we absolutely were all around City. We dominated them, but it was just one of these where we had to take our chances, score on the chances, and when they're on the attack we must defend properly, and we did that properly. We obviously, when they were on the attack, we kept men behind the ball, we were organised, we kept our shape, so that was always going to be crucial. We probably lacked in the midfield a little bit throughout the whole game and lacked on creativity, but just couldn't find really that final third. It's a shame not to get that second goal to force it to a penalty shootout. We got unlucky, like I said, not the best, not the worst performance from Manchester United. I thought first half, Man City were pretty much dominant, controlled the first 20 minutes, half an hour of the game. I thought City were all around us. United just couldn't deal with the attack. But it was all about defending properly. We defended properly, and we had to show that, obviously. We defended properly, and we had to be mentally, physically on it from the start of the game. We didn't want to force a slip up. If we made a mistake in that game, we would have had to go and chase down the game and go and score more goals. But, we were in it for the majority of the game. And if we were in the game for the last 15-20 minutes and try and get another goal, that would have forced a penalty shootout. Just unluckily it didn't go our way. We just have to take it on the chin and move on. I thought that was a very positive result for Manchester United. Obviously Man City not in the best of form recently, not been the best season for Man City. I thought United played well. We took the chances, we scored on the chances. City, on the other hand, just couldn't take the chances. We defended properly, we frustrated City on the day, and they'll be disappointed to walk away from that result, because 2 back-to-back losses now, obviously to us in the Carabao Cup, and obviously now to getting beat by Tottenham away from home. So City not having a great season of their lives. Manchester is red. We've beaten Man City twice now. What can you more ask for? We've beaten them in the Premier League and also in the Carabao Cup. You know what? Performance on the whole was fantastic. Not the best, not the worst performance. I thought, if we were in the game with about 15 minutes to go, 10 minutes to go, there was a chance of us getting another goal and edging it to a penalty shootout. But unfortunately, we just got done over by aggregate. I think at the end of the day, the first leg pretty much killed us at the end of the day, and if we didn't have to make all those stupid mistakes from the first leg in the first half, we would have had more of a chance of going through. But it's not meant to be. At the end of the day, we're not really focusing on the Carabao Cup. We're not really focusing on the League Cup. We obviously want to focus on the FA Cup and the Europa League more. Try and get top 4 as well. Is that written off now? We'll have to wait and find out and see by May, obviously. It's just not meant to be. First half, I thought City controlled, dominated. They were all around us. First 20 minutes, half an hour, I thought they were all around us. We just had to defend properly. It's all about, we've got to take your chances. We had a set piece. Lingard got us a free kick, won us the free kick, and then obviously Fred took it. Wasn't great clearance by Bernardo Silva. Fell to Matic, and what a thunderbolt it was. What a way to go 1-0 up as well inside the first 36 minutes of the game. That would have really gave us the confidence and the momentum to go and score another one, to force it to a penalty shootout. I thought second half, again, just City created loads of chances. City just couldn't take the chances. I thought in times we defended really well. A load of occasions where we got away with it. City could have easily spanked us. I mean, we had to be physically, mentally switched on at all times. At the end of the day, if you want to beat City, it's got to be smart, intelligent play. Obviously, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer had a go at Lingard, one more time, you're fucking off. That's what you need as well, because if you're seeing players in front of you that are not performing at their potential best, you have to take them off. And that's like the door open to someone like Mata, Gomez, Bruno Fernandes now to come in and show what they've got. At the end of the day, we don't need 4 central attacking midfielders. The one you're probably looking at of getting rid of right now is Lingard. Message to Lingard, you're going to have to really pick up your performances, never mind about your personal life. You need to focus more of improving your football ability now. But second half, you know what, we were still in the game, with 10 minutes to go, but it's a shame that we couldn't really pull off another goal, force a penalty shootout and go through. Obviously, City weren't at their potential best. It is what it is, and it's just one of these performances at the end of the day. You show a lot of fight spirit to get that first goal. You just can't find that second goal, really. Just needed one more goal to take it to a penalty shootout, and I thought we did well to come back, but just not meant to be. But at the end of the day, we have to put our eggs in one basket and go for the FA Cup and the Europa League now, and let's look forward to that. This is the second time in 6 weeks United have beaten City at the Etihad, but this time without Rashford. How does it feel? I think it feels great at the end of the day to beat City. I think with all these injuries that we've got right now, with the likes of Pogba, McTominay and Rashford, obviously McTominay and Rashford were in the team when we beat them in the Premier League. It's a shame we have these injuries, and I think, if these players were fit enough, came back in time for this game, we might have been able to beat them. But no, it feels great. I think with all these 3 injuries, long-term injuries, I think it feels great, to at least get City back. They beat us at Old Trafford. We knew we had to get revenge at the Etihad. It's like a message to say Manchester is red. We're the better Manchester side, and we can say, we've won the latest Manchester derby. Stuff yous lot. You're not playing great. And neither are we. We've won 2 derby games at the moment, and they've only beat us once in a derby game. Feels great at the end of the day, because we've got 3 long-term injuries, hopefully coming back soon. Obviously, Rashford's out for probably another month or 2, but hopefully we'll get Pogba and Matic back probably towards the end of February, early March. And we'll see what happens after the break as well. You know what, it feels good because, with all these injuries, people don't expect these type of wins, but to get a good win out of City 6 weeks later, get another win at Man City. I think United are the only team to beat City twice at the Etihad. We're the only team to do that. I think that's a great achievement. That'll go in the history books, and we know that Manchester is red. We're not having that taken off us. We just got to keep our heads up high. Let's keep grinding. Let's get some confidence into the side, and let's get some momentum back. Let's press the reset button and go again after the break, and let's see what happens at the end of the day. Was it harsh to send off Matic? I mean, at the end of the day, I heard from Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, all of our other players got fouled, stuff like that. We got free kicks, and the referee never booked the City players. I think it is, because at the end of the day, you cannot say to a player, give a player a yellow card and then you go, one more, you're off. You cannot do that. I mean, at the end of the day, if you're letting off one player every single time, it's not right. So if you say to one player, one more time, you're off, you've got to do that to the other players, and it's not fair. I think it was harsh to send off Matic, and I don't think it was a sending off at the end of the day. At the end of the day, mainly referees give them a warning, and then the second one's a yellow card. At the end of the day, it should have been just a yellow card. He shouldn't have got sent off. He obviously didn't have the right referee for the game, but you can't blame the referee for the game. Probably that was another thing as well. You can't really blame Matic getting sent off as well for the game, and I think going down to 10 men didn't help us, and I think if we had an extra player out there, we could have sealed off and beaten City at the end of the day. Look at that. We went down to 10 men, and you would have thought City would have scored. They didn't, and we got a clean sheet. So yeah, it is harsh, because at the end of the day, you cannot do that. At the end of the day, it's only just a yellow card. Mainly, all the referees say to the players, that's your warning. Next one, yellow card. You want after that, a yellow card, you're off. You only had 2 fouls and that was it, and that's really worth a yellow card. Down to poor refereeing. Consistency is just not good enough. That just shows with these referees that they're not good enough this season as well. And they're not getting the calls right at the end of the day. Who is my man of the match? Obviously, 3 players got voted on the Man United app and the fans got their say. It was either between De Gea, Maguire and Williams. I think I have to give this a player that really kept us in the game, made some crucial saves at the right times, obviously kept us in the game very well. back to hold himself, I have to give it to De Gea. He was fantastic. He kept us in the game. He got us a clean sheet. He pulled off some fantastic saves. It has to be De Gea at the end of the day. Pulled off some fantastic saves. Got another clean sheet under his belt. That's the message now to defence, to wake up and smell their coffee and defend a bit better now. Can't always put it down to your keeper. De Gea was fantastic. He pulled off some tremendous saves to keep us into the game, kept us in the tie. Yeah, you have to give it De Gea. All credit to him. He has to be the man of the match at the end of the day. Getting into the goal now, United won a free kick. Fred puts the ball in. Bernardo Silva's clearance only got as far as Matic. Matic hits it the first time and puts in a cracking goal for 1-0. Getting into the stats now, not all the stats are there. Possession-wise for Man City, it was 61%, and for Man United, it was 39%. Goals for Man City, it was 0, and for Man United, it was 1. Total shots for Man City, it was 13, and for Man United, it was 6. Shots on target for Man City, it was 4, and for Man United, it was 2. Poor for both sides. Total passes for Man City, it was 718 passes, and for Man United, it was 466 passes. Pass accuracy for Man City, it was 88%, and for Man United, it was 80%. Getting into the substitutions now, Greenwood went off for James. Talk about Greenwood's performance. It was a risk to start the rookie, and even against a makeshift City defence, and Nicholas Otamendi, Greenwood never got into the game. Subbed at half time. You have to feel for Mason Greenwood for starting that game. You would have thought Greenwood would have banged a goal, but yeah, it's just one of those games for Greenwood where he just struggles to get going and didn't really make an impact in the game. Lingard went off for Pereira. Talk about Lingard's performance. Started off as the number 10, but was drifted into midfield to try and counter the City attack. Won a free kick that Matic scored from, but was rebuked by Solskjaer. Shaw went off a Mata. Talk about Shaw's performance. Caught napping early on when he failed to pick up Aguero, but De Gea reprieved him, eventually settled and substituted as United chased the game. With Luke Shaw, he's just not been playing at his potential best, and I think I've seen it now for the last couple of games. Luke Shaw looks fat to me. Doesn't look like he's fit enough, doesn't look like he's match fit enough. I just don't think Shaw's good enough right now to take us forward. When you're playing against City with probably one of the most frightening front three, you've got to make sure you're on it minute 1 to minute 90. And if you take your eye off the ball, and if you're not concentrating or not focused, these things where you get caught napping, got to stay focused at all times. You can't take your eye off the ball. You've got to be concentrated at all times. But at the end of the day, we got the win, got the clean sheet, but just not our day, and just didn't go through to the final. But we've got to put our eggs in one basket now and go for the FA Cup and the Europa League at the end of the day. Oh well, onwards and upwards. Now, this is where Manchester United have crashed out in the Carabao Cup. I mean, at the end of the day, this road in the Carabao Cup for Manchester United, you know, there's been ups and downs, little bumps in the road, but you know what? I think it's been a positive Carabao Cup for Manchester United. First one on the Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. I thought we did well. Obviously, we got to the semi-final, so that's something to be positive about. But at the end of the day, you know, it just wasn't our day. We didn't go through to the final. I thought we were a little bit better than City. I thought we deserved to go through, but at the end of the day, the League Cup's the League Cup. At the end of the day, it's the Carabao Cup. You shouldn't be really focusing on the Carabao Cup. Obviously, it's nice to get silverware, but I think at the end of the day, most teams are going to be looking at the FA Cup. That's going to be a potential for us, and also the Europa League. So I think we've got to put our eggs in one basket now and go for the FA Cup and the Europa League. I think we're capable of getting something out of either one of those two competitions. And, you know, at the end of the day, United have done us proud. The road in the Carabao Cup's been good. Obviously just came short. But, you know what, City didn't take the chances. I don't think they were better on the day. You know, we just took our chances, and we took that one chance. Just wasn't enough to force a penalty shootout. But it is what it is. City go through against Aston Villa. Looking forward to that final. Looking forward to a cracking final, in fact. Hope Aston Villa do them as well, because City are not playing at their potential best. Obviously, Aston Villa will go for it, and let's see, and let's hope Aston Villa come out with a victory and get the win that they need. And I think Dean Smith will be pretty much happy with the boys if they do get some silverware under him, because, you know, Aston Villa have had their struggles in the Premier League, and yeah. So this is where Manchester United have crashed out at the end of the day. But, you know, there's positives to take away from the Carabao Cup. Hope you guys have enjoyed this Carabao Cup. Hope you guys have enjoyed our road in the Carabao Cup, but it's just fell short for us, and it is what it is. Obviously, we firstly drew to Rochdale 1. We drew with Rochdale 1-1, but we won on penalties 5-3 at home in round 3. So we got a good, just about did it against Rochdale. To be fair, it wasn't the best performance, but we got away with that against Rochdale. We obviously beat Chelsea 2-1 in round 4. Obviously, we faced Frank Lampard. That was a pretty tough game, but Marcus Rashford put a fantastic goal in to take us to 2-1 and sealed us the win and got us through. That meant we played Colchester United at home and we beat them 3-0 in the quarter-final. And then obviously the draw came out, and we obviously had City in the semi-final in the first leg at home. We lost that, unfortunately, 3-1 at home. The damage was done in the first leg, really. And obviously we beat Man City 1-0 away from home, but lost on aggregate 3-2 in the semi-final. Second leg, there's lots of positives to take from this Carabao Cup, and it's just fell short for us. It is what it is. We just needed one more goal to get us through to a penalty shootout, but I don't think it was an off day for us. I thought City had the off day, and at the end of the day, it's football. You've got to move on. Got to keep our heads up high, build up some momentum, get some confidence back in the team, lift the mood back up in the team now, and lift the mood in the dressing room again. So hopefully this will kick on a bit of confidence and momentum now. We've beaten Man City twice this season, once in the Premier League, once in the Carabao Cup, and we can all just say Manchester is fucking red. Hope you guys have enjoyed another video. Be sure to leave a like, subscribe to my channel if you are new. See you guys in a video in the next couple of days, and peace.